Welcome to Unity 6 Part 5. In this chapter, we will explain about the components and how to create custom components using C# scripts in Unity. You can access to all chapters and the other parts from the playlist here, and also the link is in the description. In the previous chapters, I've explained about game objects and the concept of game object. Everything in the Unity scene is a game object. This cube, this light, camera, and everything in the scene. But we have different entities. As you can see, the light is just an icon, and actually the cube is 3D. What turns a game object to a cube, to a light, to a camera, to an audio? Actually, as I said, the components. As you can see, all of these game objects have a common component, transform, which defines the transformation info of the game object in the scene: position, rotation, and a scale. Actually, we can't right click and remove the component, but for the light component we can right click and remove component. And actually, this light is an empty game object right now. Now it's light because we have the light component. So we've add a component to an empty game object and converted to a light. So components actually convert a game object to a specific entity in the scene. Transform is the base component, and we can't remove it, and we can't add another transform. It's impossible. Actually, in Unity we have a useful subject called empty game object. Actually, this empty game object has a transform component, not any other components. We can add any component we want. For example, light, physics, a cube, a camera, or even custom components, custom C# scripts. Actually, a C# script is a component. A C# class is a component. I will explain about the class and add many properties by adding components to a game object. For example, here let's search for the light, and here, as you can see, our empty game object now is a point light. General is a point light. We can change it to directional, spotlight, and area light. And here, let's increase the intensity. And disable the directional light, and as you can see, we have a point light here with just a component. We didn't add a light from here. Actually, we've added a component. We have many predefined components provided by Unity, but actually in this chapter I want to explain and start the C# scripting in Unity, and I want to add our custom components. I will upload every chapter of the course every week, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification to know about the new chapters and new tutorials. I've created a scripts folder, and I'll create my scripts in this folder for an organized hierarchy. I will use folders. Right click and create, and here we have a mono behavior script. It's an actually C# script, and here I need to rename it or leave it as is, and the name will be new mono behavior script. Let's change its name. For example, simple code. As you can see, we have this progress bar compiling scripts. It will take a while, actually 10 seconds for example, and we're ready to write our codes. Right, after the code has been created, you need to open it in a code editor. We have many options. For example, Visual Studio, VS Code, Rider, and many other options. you need to go to the Edit and Preferences. And here in the external tools, you can change your code editor here in the external script editor. Here Visual Studio 2022 has been selected for me because I have it. Here we have Visual Studio Code, and if you can't find your desired program, you can browse it. For example, you want to open your scripts using Notepad++, but using Visual Studio 2022, you have a better auto-completion, and actually everything is ready for you. You can open and write your codes. You don't need to add the custom configurations manually. Actually, you can download the Visual Studio Community version for free and download it from Microsoft website and start writing codes. Here, I need to press the assets and open C# project. Actually, if I right click on this file and show in Explorer and go to the root path of the project, as you can see we have a Unity beginner course.sln. It's this C# solution file, and you can open this file directly by double clicking on it. Actually, opening this file is equal to assets and open C# project. It will open the C# solution. Right, let's open it. Actually, with this method, all of your codes and the features of your project and the C# scripting in Unity will be opened for you. Alright, as you can see, this is Visual Studio, and actually we can write codes here. Our project may includes many C# scripts. One script, 100 scripts, 1000 scripts, and more. Doesn't matter. Actually, you can create many scripts you want. To open this simple code script, you can double click on it and it will open in this window. Or you can go to the Solution Explorer and under the Assembly C#, Assets, and Scripts, just like this hierarchy, you can open the simple code. I don't have any different. Right, here we have a structure. If you don't know about the C# and coding and how to write the codes, you need to first learn about the C#. I tried to explain about the C# scripting in Unity from scratch, but for very from scratch C# tutorials, you need to watch other tutorials, and actually I'll try to record a C# specific tutorial for beginners. Here we have a structure, a predefined structure. We have a method called start and we have a method called update. Actually, in a simple word, everything you write in the start section, start method, and if you play the game, the codes will be executed at the start of the game, and this method is useful for starting the project, and will execute once, not several times. And what is the update? Update actually execute everything inside this block, this update method. It will execute infinite times until your project is running. Maybe you heard about the frame per second or FPS in games. Actually, a game runs in 30 FPS per second, a game runs 60 FPS per second, a game runs even 120 FPS per second. Actually, it's the update method. Everything you write in the update method, if your game is 60 FPS per second, it will run 60 times per second. For example, you have 100 lines of code in this block and they will run 60 times per second. So you need to be careful and don't write complicated codes in the update method, or split your codes, which is advanced, and you need to create a scheduler and make your code splitted, and don't run all your codes once frame by frame, and you need to split the codes. This is advanced and I will focus on it later. We have other predefined methods. Let's write void awake. You can actually write awake, and here the IntelliSense system or auto completion system of the Visual Studio that integrated with Unity can complete it for you. For example, you can write awake and it will add it automatically to your code. Private void awake. Private, actually I will explain about the private if you don't know about the C#. Actually C# programmers completely know about the access levels, but I will explain it later. Awake actually execute everything inside this block before starting the project. Actually, if the process of the game starts, everything inside awake will be executed, and after that start comes to the game. After that, update will start its execution and process. We have many other predefined methods, for example late update, fixed update, on trigger enter, on trigger exit. We have many methods, but I don't want to introduce all of them right now because we will work with them step by step as we need it, and it's not correct to introduce all of them in the first chapter of the C# scripting. Right, where does all of these methods come from? Actually, they're coming from mono behavior class. Everything in the Unity is class-based. Actually, you need to know about the object-oriented programming and classes to learn Unity well. As I said, every script in Unity is a component. Actually, it's wrong. It's a simple explanation. It's not good for those who want to learn Unity seriously. Every class inherited from MonoBehavior class is a component in Unity, and you can add that script and component to a game object. So wherever you face with this sign in C# and before this sign is a class and after that is another class, so we have an inheritance process. This class, this is the custom class, my class, is inherited from MonoBehavior. So all of the variables and methods are inherited from this class. This class is provided by Unity and offers many attributes, and the most important attribute is turning this current class to a component that you can assign this component to every object in Unity. I don't want to deep dive into this class right now. Actually, we are learning the principles and main concepts of C#, and I don't want to involve advanced features, but I want to say the update, start, awake, and other predefined methods come from MonoBehavior class. So what's the process of assigning the script to a game object as a component? Here, if I press Ctrl S or Ctrl Shift S, if you have several scripts, we just have one script, single script. If you have several scripts, you need to press Ctrl Shift and S to save all of them, and this store will be disappeared when you press Ctrl S. It means we don't have any changes and the C# script has been saved. And here, when we get back to the Unity, we have a compiling process, a fast compiling process, and now our code is ready. And you can see the preview of your code here. Right, you can now assign your code, your script, or your custom component to any game object you want, or add an empty game object here and drag and drop your simple code here or press add component and search for the simple code. Actually, we have many types of components here. For example, in the physics we have all these components, effects, audio, and so on. In the scripts you can find your simple code, your custom component actually, and assign it to your game object. The question is, can you assign a code multiple times? Yes, you can assign it multiple times, infinite times actually. Right, now we can play the game. I think we don't have any camera in the scene, so in the game view it shows the display one, no camera is rendering. Here I need to add a camera, right? And this is the camera view, and I will explain about the camera component later and how to configure it and change its attributes, but let's change its position for now. Alright, and play the game again. Okay, as you can see, nothing happened. So let's start coding process. I want to write a very simple code. I'm gonna print out a string or message to the output. So where's the output in Unity? In the console you can see all outputs, warnings, errors, and actually the custom messages. Here in the Unity you can log out any message you want. I will try it in the wake, start, and update. Alright, we have two ways to log out a message in the console. The first one is the print method, and you can write a message here in the double quote. It's a string actually. You can write everything you want. You can log out a number or a float number if you want. It is acceptable in the print, or you can use debug class and a log method if you want. And the structure is similar to the print. I will use print. It's simple to write. Alright, I will write it is awake. I will write another print here. It is start, and I will write another in the update. It is update. Right. Actually, I can remove this comments. In the C# if you add double slashes and write everything you want, it will act as a comment and it will not work as a code. Right, let's save, and here the compiling process. Alright, now play the game. As you can see, it is awake logged out at the first. As I said, the awake method is the first method in the Unity that will be executed. The next is the start method. It is start, and the next is update method. And as you can see, the count of the update execution is increasing. Actually, as I said, update will be executed every frame, and you can see the message is growing up. Actually 20 seconds after execution we have this count of message, and I enabled the collapse, and you can disable it, and as you can see we have all your messages, not count of your messages. And here you can press collapse, and actually you can press clear, and here we have new messages. Alright, you already know about the awake, the start, and update, and a simple print, and also debug.log, and how to log out something in the console. In the next chapter I will focus on the C# and actually a C# refresher. I will explain about methods, classes, variables, axes, levels, and so on, and the differences between monobehavior classes and regular classes and all the differences between the C# scripting in Unity and regular C#.